Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce the release of my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. If you're ready to alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level in 2021, head over to goldenkey.gift to download the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD.
All right, all you positive heads, welcome one and all. I am ever so grateful that you have joined me today on this beautiful day that I recognize as my late mother's birthday. And on this day, I want to pay her tribute, and I want to talk about our divine mother, our earth, our divine earth, who is nurturing us, taking care of us, providing life for us. The divine mother herself, in honor of my mother. She's been gone now for, 17 plus years. And there's not a day that I don't miss her. My mom was an amazing woman. I grew up Catholic, and she made me go to church a lot. I went to Catholic school, and I had to go to church once a week at school, and then I had to go to church on Sundays. And my family was very involved with the church, so there were always other things going on. And I sang in the choir and I played the organ at church. And my mom at some point changed her tune. And as I got into college, she started studying Reiki and Shiatsu, and she became, well, actually, she didn't become, she started going to acupuncture school before she passed away. And with all of that, she was getting into a lot of really cool things. She was studying all sorts of different medicine practices. She was doing different shamanic practices. And she had a group of women who she hung out with, and they did different ceremonies, and they just had such a wonderful time. And this was so before their time, if you imagine. This was like I don't know, 17 years ago. So she passed away 17 years ago, so 20 plus years ago. And these, women were doing this. And it was kind of really strange at that time for women to be, well, anyone, not just women, for anyone to really be getting into this kind of stuff, especially on the East Coast. And what's beautiful is that so much has changed since then, and now it's like commonplace. But back then it really wasn't. It was like super obscure and weird. And so I consider myself very, very lucky to have had a mom that taught me all these really cool things. So when I would get hurt or anything, I wasn't feeling well, my mom would just do Reiki on me. And I became really curious because it worked. And I always felt better afterwards. And she was super into herbs and eating really healthy. My mom was the healthiest person I knew. Never drank, never smoked, she exercised. She did everything the right way. And it was just her time to go when she went. That taught me a lot too about the death process, and also really spurred this journey of mine. And that's a whole nother topic that we can get into another day. These things that happen in our lives that are extremely traumatic, but then they actually spur on this incredible journey for us. And so my mother did that for me in so many ways. She went on to become a Reiki master. And in that time, she encouraged me to take a Reiki class, which I did. And then once she became the Reiki master, I took the Reiki level 2 with her. So that was such a wonderful experience to have with my mom, especially now, not knowing then that I wouldn't have these moments with her as I got older and as she got older. So I look back on those times really with such immense love and joy. And so I want to honor her today because it's her birthday and she was such a wonderful mother to me. And I also want to talk about our Mother Earth because she is such a wonderful mother to us. We often neglect her. We often just do our daily 9 to 5, we drive to work, and we don't pay attention to the trees or to the flowers blooming. Maybe we do this time of year because they're coming up. It's spring and it's so pretty. But oftentimes we are just not showing her the appreciation that she would like us to. And also, what we're not doing enough is taking time to go out in nature, to spend the time in nature to really connect with our Mother Earth. And when we do that, what we're doing is connecting with ourselves, going inside and just looking within, connecting with our own inner being. When we go out in nature, this is so much easier to do. And very often in my QHHT sessions, this comes through clients' higher selves. The recommendation for them when they want to connect more with their higher self is very often go out into nature, go sit in the trees, go be with the water. The water is a huge theme that's been coming up lately, and in so many ways, which I'll get to in just a minute. But what I want to remind everybody of is that the earth is alive. The dirt, the rocks, the grass, the water, the trees, all her creatures, we already know they're alive. But the things that we don't consider to be alive, like the dirt and the rocks, they are alive, alive and conscious. Yes, the earth is conscious, the rocks are conscious, everything is consciousness. That includes the earth. She is alive. Everything that makes up this earth is alive. And we've all been these things. That's what's really cool. When we come here to Earth School, we have to do everything, right? And that means we have to be everything. And everything means the elements, the air, the fire, the water, the earth, the rock, the flower, the mountain, the tree, everything. We've experienced all of this from being a little bug to a cheetah, a butterfly, what have you. We've done this and we are currently doing this because it's all happening now. Time doesn't exist and everything is happening now. We exist in this multi-dimensional universe that is all existing right now at this moment. So, right now, at this moment, you are the earth, you are air, you are water, you are fire. And when we can remember this, that we are made of her, we are made of all these elements. This is where we come from. There is nothing else that we can be, right? We're all made of the same stuff. And what's so beautiful is that when we can connect to the earth, remember to get out in nature and connect, we remember who we are. We remember how sacred we are and how connected we are. I actually spent the day, well, not the whole day, but maybe half the day at the river. And I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, but there is a beautiful river in the national forest just about a half an hour from my house. So, really easy trip, really easy to just go and spend a couple hours and sit by the water. And what's so beautiful is you don't even realize it. And I'm such a nature girl. I love being outside. I'm always outside. But going into more of the forest, the elements, I don't realize how much it affects me and how much it connects me to my own inner guidance. Because it's so easy as I'm sitting there and looking at the water and watching it flow, all of the inspiration that just comes flooding in. You know, these things, these little sayings that we have, they're not just coincidence. These inspirations flood in because they're riding this wave of consciousness that water represents. Water represents so many things, one of them including the divine feminine aspect. the divine, beautiful flow of creation. The flow of water is synonymous with the flow of creation. The blood of the earth, the essence of her comes from her waters. The essence of us is also water. We are made of 75, 80% water. So is the earth. Water is such a powerful element. Water is magic. You can do anything you want with putting intention into water. Imagine you're sitting by the river, you're sitting by the creek, the lake, the ocean, whatever body of water you can sit by. And you think of your intentions that are in alignment with your inner being, with your integrity, your intentions that are coming from a place of love and unity, oneness with the whole. Take those intentions and with your mind, with your imagination, put them into the water. Put them out into creation, into the life force of the earth. The earth absolutely loves when we show her appreciation, when we show her love. So when we do that, say thank you. Thank you for her help. Thank you for her guidance. Thank you for her love, her nurturing. Everything that we have has been given to us from our Mother Earth. And maybe it's our mother here on this planet too, or maybe not. But our Mother Earth gives us everything. Every single thing that we have made comes from this earth. It's such a really astounding thing to think about that all of the technology, all of the material things that we have, they have come from the earth. All of the medicines, all of the food, all of the clothing, all come from the earth. We all come from the same stuff. And speaking of stuff and material things, those things are alive too. We don't think of those things being alive, but they are. If we look down to their very molecular core and structure, those atoms are moving, alive, and conscious. There is nothing that exists that isn't made of consciousness. We are all energy. We have all been created from this consciousness using this energy. And that is what we are. It's pretty amazing to think that every single thing, like I'm looking at my mic stand right now, it's alive. It's not going to be sentient and turn around and talk to me, but it's alive. And, we look at it and it's like, it's not moving. How is it alive? If you think about it, we don't consider ourselves as moving right now. If you're looking at something stationary, you don't think it's moving. It is moving because this earth is moving. We are constantly moving. We just don't know that we are. We just can't see it. And on the other flip side, when something is moving really, 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 really fast, we can't see it either. Just like all of the dimensions that are existing around us right now, we can't see them because they're vibrating higher and faster. Doesn't mean that they're not there. And so just because something doesn't seem like it's alive doesn't mean that it's not. And so let's take water, for example. You wouldn't think water is alive, but it's very much alive. Again, it is the life force of the earth. Water is the most magical element. I don't know if I want to call it the most magical element, but water has so many amazing properties. Water is healing. Like I said earlier, you can put your intention into water. Masaru Emoto, I think I've talked about him multiple times on this show, but Masaru Emoto was a man who did many studies on putting intention into water. And what he did was he would have people focus an intention into the water, whether that intention was positive or negative. And after that intention was set, he would take a look at the water. He would freeze it and look at it under a microscope and see what kind of crystalline structure, I think he froze it, what kind of crystalline structure was there. What he found was that the water that was imbued with positive intention, like love and gratitude and compassion, those water crystals turned out to be so beautiful, just like snowflakes. But the water that was imbued with negative intention, hatred and disgust, jealousy, things like that, that water looked ugly and sick and didn't have a crystalline structure to it at all. So it shows the power of our intentions, and it also shows how incredibly versatile and powerful water is, how magical water is to be able to make these structures, to hold that memory, to be such a healing force on this planet. There's actually an old nature cure treatment called hydrotherapy, and hydrotherapy uses water, hot and cold water at different intervals to help to encourage your body to heal itself. And it really works wonders. Water can be used in so many ways. Not only does it sustain our life and the life of the earth, but it has these magical properties too. And we can put our intentions into the water and it will flow and carry out into the creation. And I just want to stress that we make sure that these intentions are based in love. We don't set intentions into the water for things that we want or things that we need. We set these intentions based on love and unity with the whole. That is what is important. And by the way, our personal growth is for the whole. So don't feel like you're being selfish if you're putting the intention into the water for something that you need for yourself, for your own healing, for your own self-care. That's why you went to the water in the first place, to sit with this beautiful, divine, feminine aspect of our mother and allow it to help you flow and allow it to help you release whatever may be going on in your life at the moment. What beautiful, beautiful things the water is for us. I love you all so much. Remember to show gratitude to your mother. She loves you so incredibly much. And when you do that, she just shines even brighter. I love you all. Love your mama today if she's still around. And I'm going to leave you with the song. This is Dea Dova, Blood of Earth. Until next time, I love you all.
Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.